Let's listen in what C. Rangarajan, chairman of PMEAC, has to say on inflation.
Was hoping to know from you, everyone is expecting that in H2 the growth will be better. However, we've seen the IIP numbers have been pretty volatile. So do you think there's a turnaround that is going to happen?
I think it will happen. The second half of the year will be distinctly better. The impact of the good monsoon will be seen only in the second half of the year. Apart from increasing agricultural production, this will also lead to an increase in the rural demand. As far as manufacturing is concerned, we have seen some improvement. In fact, if you look at only July, August, September, it has been positive. And going ahead in the second half of the year, we think the manufacturing growth rate will be about 3%. Therefore, for the year as a whole, it will be about 1.5%, which will be consistent with an aggregate rate of growth of the economy of a little over 5%. We had projected 5.3% as a growth rate for the Indian economy, and that can be achieved with the present trends in manufacturing.
So rupee has been weak. Do you think India is ready for an early taper?
Well, I think we must get ready for it because we do not know when it will happen. Therefore, the good news is that the current account deficit is coming down. In fact, the current account deficit would be much lower than what one had expected. Therefore, if the current account deficit becomes below 3% of the GDP, the capital flows should be adequate to cover the current account deficit.
Mr. Rangarajan, there are reports that government is looking to bring white paper on the state of economy. Do you think it will help in current state?
I have no information, but the Ministry of Finance brings from time to time the report on the Indian economy. I think they do prepare from time to time a good description of what is happening in the Indian economy.
Also, sir, you spoke about the infrastructure lending in today's session. I was just hoping to know from you if you think the Planning Commission will be able to meet its 12th plan target in terms of infrastructure?
Well, infrastructure growth is also dependent upon the overall growth of the economy. I think consistent with the expected rate of growth of the economy, the infrastructure will also grow because special emphasis is being laid on infrastructure.
Sir, you mentioned
when can we expect more than 5% growth in the industries? We are actually content with 3% growth or the 4% growth.
No, so I think once the pickup in industrial growth happens, moving ahead next year, we should find the growth rate going back to 5 to 6%.
Okay, so yes. We can see it next year. I mean, not in the short term.
No, in the second half of the year itself, I expect the growth rate to exceed 3%. So, therefore, certainly that will be an improvement over what we have seen in the first half of the year. But the impact of the various measures taken in the recent period will be seen in the second half and in the coming fiscal. And I expect the growth rate of the coming fiscal to be much above the 5%, which 5 or 5.3%, which we will see this year.